Bob Chandler. I want to welcome you to the 14th Annual San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And at this time, I'd like to invite Sam Wilson to come forward for our invocation.
Good evening, everybody. It's always a pleasure to come here to do this invocation with people that I've gone to war with on basketball courts and football fields and stuff, and then some of those people that I've gone to war with who were sitting on the benches. But but it's all good. So, do you guys prefer the Reader's Digest prayer, or would you like for me to do the hour-long one? I'll take that as the Reader's Digest. All right, everybody just bow your head, please. Heavenly Father, we just thank you. Father God, we give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise. Father, for those that are being inducted tonight into this Hall of Fame, we ask you to bless them. We ask you to bless everyone here. We ask you to bless the food. We ask you to bless the hands of those who prepared it. Father, we're careful to thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for us. And now, Lord, we're going to glorify you as sports officials in the very best way that we can. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Thank you, Sam. Enjoy your dinner. We'll be back in a little while to get the program started. While you're enjoying your dessert, we want to thank Rancho Catering and their staff for our superb meal tonight. And we want to start the evening by introducing the members in attendance who have already been inducted into the San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame. As I mention your name, please stand up and please hold your applause until they've all been introduced and are standing. And we start with the initial induction of 2006. We have Bob Duggan from lacrosse, Phil Gutierrez for softball, and in 07 it's David Alberstein, water polo, Joe Harris, youth baseball. In 08, Steve Coover, football, Bob Kaufman, softball, and Jim Sibbett, football. In 09, 10 years ago, Mike Basalo, basketball and baseball, plus Mike Saltstein, swimming. 2010, Don Carey, football. 2011, Tom Abels, football. Dan Deerdorf, wrestling. Christina Drum, softball. Ron Filson, basketball. Carl Goff, basketball. 2012, Andrew Castagnola, football. And Tom Wood, basketball. In 2013, Dennis Ackerman, basketball. Robert Bain, football. Ignacio Nacho Torres III, baseball. In 2014, Tom Fillmore, baseball. Lou Fuhrer, football. 2015, Ed Zapolsky, football. 2016, Richard Diaz, swimming and water polo. And Bob Hood, football, along with Mike Weselo, football. And from last year, 2018, Rob Bryson, basketball, and Tom Pedraza on football. Now, a big round of applause for all these guys. Nice going, guys. Congratulations. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Tom Wood, chairman of the San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame Committee. Tom?
Appreciate it. I have a script that I was supposed to follow, but we're going to kind of deviate a little bit from it. Good evening and welcome to the 2019 San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame induction ceremony. If I could take a few moments, it would be my privilege and honor to recognize three former inductees who died this past year: Mr. Mike McDonald, Mr. Frank Alfano, and Mr. Jim Gibalisco. Mike McDonald was a graduate of Kearney High School and San Diego State University. A superior athlete with a long coaching and officiating career, his love of sports started at a very young age. As a teenager, Mike founded the Kearney Mesa Umpires Association and joined the San Diego County Umpires Association at the age of 18. Mike coached basketball professionally overseas in Europe and was a scout for the Los Angeles Lakers. He later went on to coach Division I basketball at United States International University and worked with legends John Wooden, Bob Kloppenberg, Jerry West, and Pat Riley. Mike served as the president of the High School Baseball Association for 21 years and served as the president of the College Baseball Officials Association for 12 years. Mike was also a member of the San Diego County Football Association and officiated 8 CIF championship games. A founding member of the San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame and the officials wing of the Breitbart Hall of Champions Hall of Fame in 2004. Mike was inducted into San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame in 2007. Mike retired from officiating in 2015 after a stellar career of 51 years. Frank Alfano was a native San Diegan who attended Crawford High School, where he played in 3 CIF baseball championships. He was drafted by the New York Mets, but opted for a baseball scholarship to USC. There he played on 2 College World Series championship teams. He later went on to play for the Minnesota Twins organization. As a 23-year member of the San Diego County Football Association, Frank served 4 terms on the board of directors, 1 term as president, and 15 years as a crew chief. During that time, Frank worked 5 CIF finals, 3 of them as a crew chief. A 5-year member of the San Diego County Baseball Umpires Association, Frank umpired 2 CIF playoffs. He was a 15-year member of the Southern California Collegiate Umpires Association, where he served as executive secretary for 6 years and was a 2-time community college state playoff umpire. Frank was also a 12-year GSAC umpire working 3 conference championship playoffs. Additionally, Frank worked 10 years in the CC2A, where he worked a championship series. In his spare time, Frank joined the San Diego County Track Starters Association, and in those 5 years worked 2 CIF semifinals as a starter. Jim Gibilisco, a teacher for 40 years with the San Diego Unified School District, had another passion in life, that of a softball and baseball umpire. Jim had been an umpire for almost 50 years as a member of 6 baseball and softball umpires associations throughout the United States. During his time on the Diamond, he had umpired thousands of youth, recreation, CIF championships, NCAA Division I collegiate regional finals, Amateur Softball Association, state, national championship games, the Olympic Festival, and the World Cup. He pioneered a training program which has been modeled by other associations while preparing hundreds of umpires for local, state, national, and international competition. The San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame would like to recognize these 3 men for being such great ambassadors to the sport of officiating. At this time, I would like to introduce our 2019 Hall of Fame board. Vice Chair Don Carey, if you could stand, please, and stay standing until we're done. Secretary Ed Zapolsky. Treasurer Bob Kaufman. Committee members Nancy Aserio, Steve Coover, Coach Dick Draz, Tim Fillmore, Bob Hood, Tom Miles, and Mike Morrow. Thank you all very much for I would also like to give thanks, a special thanks to John Sema for our video presentation, Carol Lynn, photographer, Sam Malingas, videographer, Shelley Cobb, program designer, and Lauren Smenji, reservations coordinator, for all their help with the arrangements of this banquet. Lastly, our organization depends largely on its current and former inductees. We rely heavily on recommendations of our members to provide the names of potential candidates for future consideration. If you as a member have a person of interest for future consideration, please let me know. I I think I'm on the website, and I've got my email address on there, or Don Carey, our vice chair, if you have any people for consideration, okay? Once again, thank you for coming this evening, and thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Well, this makes it official. One inductee who's in attendance we didn't recognize was John Siskin of wrestling. Now we're going to recognize 11 outstanding officials who've received awards from their respective associations. You can read about their awards and accomplishments in the program provided to you. Our first award recognizes Dan Jenkins from the Pacific Umpires Association 2018 and 19 Most Improved Award, and the award will be presented by Nathan Thurns, President of the Pacific Umpires Association.
I was asked to say a few quick words and make it quick, I was told, so I just want to recognize the people that are up here on this wall. They're heroes in the officiating community. There are people that, you know, set the standard and set the bar really high for the rest of us. And one of my mentors we lost this year, Frank Alfano, and I can't tell you how much that person meant to me. And so it was very difficult and hard to lose somebody like that who dedicated so much time and energy to make officials better, in my opinion. So I'm happy to be up here honoring Mr. Jenkins, Dan Jenkins, for the Most Improved Award. Dan started officiating back in the 70s, quit doing it, fast forward 40 years, decided to come out and start officiating again, decided to join Pacific Baseball Umpires, and it was like riding a bike. He just picked it all back up and did an excellent job. Officiated every level of baseball for us this year, and just really shined as far as being a new official with a ton of experience from 40 years ago. So Dan Jenkins, Most Improved for Pacific Baseball Umpires.
Don't go anywhere. They're there.
Stay there.
Nathan, you're good.
I'm good.
Our next two recipients will receive awards from the San Diego County Baseball Umpires Association. Mr. Glenn Conover, President of the County Baseball Association. Sam Gaya, he's awarded the Mike Witters Commitment Award for 2019. And Gary Brown is receiving the 2019 Doug Harvey Legacy Award. And our next two awards will be presented to Tyler Allen, North County Basketball Officials Association 2018-19 Rookie of the Year Award, and Bill Ganlon, North County Basketball Officials Association 2018-19 Most Improved Official Award. And their award will be presented by Don Malik, President of the North County Basketball Officials Association.
It's my privilege and honor as the president of the San Diego County Baseball Umpires Association to recognize Sam Gaya for the 2019 Mike Winters Commitment Award. Sam has been involved with youth baseball and umpiring for decades, and he's always been a contributor to the association. So, Sam, thank you very much. The next award is our Legacy Award, and that one's going to Gary Brown. Gary Brown actually began umpiring in 1973 when I was still at Castle Park High School. He's been involved with the association for a long time. He's recently was the instructional chair, and it's my honor and privilege to recognize Gary Brown for the Legacy Award.
Our next recipient, John Grindle, will be receiving the Manny Gomes Outstanding Dedication and Service Award from the San Diego County Basketball Association. And Larry Seaburn will be recognized by receiving the Frank Rustich Award for 2018-2019. And here again is Tom Wood.
Larry, can you come up here, please? Unfortunately, John could not make it this evening, so we're going to bypass him a little bit, but Larry is here. How many of you remember Frank Rustich? Half the people in here, he was a football umpire, a baseball umpire, a basketball official, a boxing ref. As a matter of fact, his claim to fame is he did the Ollie Norton fight as an official. Yep. Yeah, so anyway, he was also a heck of a basketball official also, but there you go, Larry. Congratulations.
Would Tyler Allen and Bill Ganlon please come up on stage?
Thank you. Dan Malik, President of the NCBOA. So we have two awards tonight. Our first award is the Most Improved Award. Unfortunately, Bill Ganellan is out of town tonight. He actually did win the Rookie of the Year in 2014, and 5 years later, he won our Most Improved Award. And this past season, he actually worked his first San Diego sectional final. So congratulations to Bill. Our Rookie of the Year is Tyler Allen. Tyler came to us from the city of Chicago this past October, and in our first year with us, he's probably worked about 250 games. Got to work, I believe, 7 varsity contests, and primarily freshman and JV. So for a first-year official, that's very good. We're always in the need of officials in basketball, and I'm sure in all sports. So we always welcome new officials. So I'd like to thank Tyler for coming out here and doing his best. Thank you, Tyler.
Our next award will be presented to Frank Alfano for the San Diego County Football Officials 2018 Overtime Service Award, and accepting this award will be Frank's wife, Jane Alfano. And Mark Lindsay, past president of the San Diego County Football Officials Association, will present this award with a special announcement.
Integrity, leadership, character. No finer words could exemplify the character of Frank Alfano. The award that I'm awarding posthumously to Frank's wife Jane tonight is called the Overtime Service Award, and it's presented to a member of our association who has demonstrated exemplary leadership in the community or to his country. And Frank did both. Frank was an All-American baseball player at USC. You read in the program where he's done so much in in football, in baseball. and he certainly qualifies for the Overtime Service Award. We lost Frank 2 weeks ago after a valiant fight with leukemia, and I'm sorry. We all miss him, and we're so proud to award him this trophy. And I'm honored to announce that the trophy will, from tonight on, be known as the Frank Alfano Overtime Service Award. And without any other words, I'd like to award that to.
In keeping with Frank's spirit, I humbly accept this award, which I nor my 2 children even knew he received this. So he got the last word. And I just want to tell every single one of you in this room how much you have meant to him. Because of you and all the times that he got to spend and be touched by your lives, we carry on that spirit. And my 2 children weren't able to be here because they were here for a long time with their papa. So thank you so much. And as Frank would say, fight on.
Garth E. Felice will be receiving the George Schutte Memorial Award from the San Diego County Football Officials Association. And Mike Greenstein will receive the Rookie of the Year Award for the 2018 season. These awards to be presented by Greg Covington, the current president of the San Diego County Football Officials Association.
Good evening. It's my honor to present the George A. Schutte Award to Garth D. Felice. Garth has been a long-standing member of our association, and I just read your bio today. 1981 is when you began officiating in our association. So congratulations, Garth. You continue to give back to the association, and thank you for everything that you do. And our Rookie of Year for 2018, unfortunately, he was unable to make the. No, I know he's here this year, but in 2018 he wasn't able to make it. Come on up, Michael. Congratulations.
Rick Hausvick is the recipient of the 2019 Legacy Award from the South County High School Softball Umpires Association. And here to present the award is Don Parker, Assignment Secretary for the Softball Association.
Thank you. On behalf of the South County Softball Association, we're going to present this member with the Legacy Award. This is for tremendous dedication and support to not only high school but SoCal softball programs throughout. This official has umpired for 45 years at all levels. USA Junior Olympics 8U through 18 gold, high school, NC2A, being assigned championships at all levels, USA National Softball Tournaments, high school finals, and NC2A playoffs. He has served as a board member on staff for USA Softball, District UIC for South San Diego, and USA Junior Olympic UIC. Also volleyball commissioner for the Armed Forces Association. He's also been a president and vice president for many other associations in San Diego. He has served in the Navy for 28 years, retiring as a lieutenant commander. Thank you for your service. He is married to his wife, Deborah, for 48 years, has a daughter, Jenna, and a son, Christopher, both in the USA Navy. Most of all, what Rick brought to us is his dedication and countless hours of dedication to the sport of softball, mentoring many umpires along the way. Can you welcome me in honoring Rick Hosvik for the Softball Legacy Award?
And now Tom Wood will award the Official of the Year award.
You know, each year, once we get all the nominations for the different sports and the officials, we get together, we meet once a month on a regular basis, and we start bantering back and forth on who we think is most deserving of Official of the Year. And we have a lot of varying opinions, but when it comes right down to it, every last one of us hold true with the fact of this individual has had an outstanding career, an outstanding year, and we'd like to present the Official of the Year to Rick Hosvik.
Congratulations to all of you. Now it's time to honor the 7 outstanding individuals who are being inducted into the 14th class of the San Diego County Sports Officials Hall of Fame for 2019. These inductees have been selected for their expertise, integrity, sportsmanship, longevity, dedication, and of course, love of the sport they officiated. Our first inductee tonight is Bob Isley for swimming and diving. He was born and raised in Iowa, attended college and worked in Omaha before moving to North San Diego County. He's a retired certified public accountant and resides in Oceanside with his wife Judy. Bob is currently an active CIF high school and Division I college swim official. He was a starter for 6 different USA Swimming National Championships and 10 Junior National Championships, including head of the start team at the first Junior Championships meet held in Alaska. Where else would you hold a swimming meet? He officiated at 3 Olympic trial swim meets to select the USA Olympic teams. Bob has started several college league championship meets for the Pacific Coast Conference and the Big West Conference. He retired from USA Swimming as one of the highest ranked national level starters. He has been the head of the start team for the last 10 San Diego Section CIF championship meets. During his officiating career, Bob led the enhancement of the professionalism and competence of the San Diego Swim and Dive Officials Association. Bob has been president of the San Diego Section CIF Swim Officials Association for the past 10 years. Please honor Bob Isley.
When I started doing this about 35 years ago, I just was looking for something to do between my daughter's events at a swim meet. Never thought it'd get to this. I'm sorry, I've been fighting a cold, so difficult talking. It's been a real exciting time, all the time I've been officiating, and I want to thank the association for this honor. That's about all my voice will take tonight. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations.
Mark Dexter is our next inductee for wrestling. Mark was born November 15th, 1959 in San Francisco, grew up in Chula Vista. He attended Hilltop High, where he discovered the sport of wrestling. Mark wrestled from 1975 through 77, and after graduating high school, he decided to try to referee in 1978. He began while still competing in freestyle wrestling for 2 years, and Mark has been refereeing wrestling ever since. Mark has been selected to referee at many tournaments, including the Reno Tournament of Champions and the High School Nationals. Mark went on to referee at the junior college level, working at a variety of JC tournaments and regionals, including the Emory-Riddle and Fullerton Opens. Mark has been selected to referee at the CIF Masters Tournament over the past 30 years and served as the head referee the past 10 years. He was also selected to referee the California High School State Tournament 3 times, 1997, 99, and 2002. As an active member of the San Diego County Wrestling Association, Mark has held the position of president, vice president, and assigner for the High School Wrestling Officials Association for the last 15 years. He also served as the vice president and president for the Junior College Wrestling Officials Association. In 1992, Mark also started officiating water polo. Mark has officiated many CIF water polo championships, along with an extensive list of tournaments, including the Finest City and Hawaiian Open tournaments. Mark now officiates at the junior college level and has worked a wide variety of junior college tournaments, the Junior College Regionals, SoCal's, College Club, and the College Club's National Championship. Please welcome Mark Dexter.
I'd like to start by thanking the committee for the Hall of Fame committee for getting me to this point. I'd like to start by thanking Dennis Bryant, my wrestling coach, who's the one who actually got me officiating. Also, I'd like to thank my first couple of mentors in the Wrestling Association, which was Mr. Dan Deerdorf and Bob Steckman. They kind of got me on my way going in the right direction. And then following that, I had a group of officials that basically about partway into my officiating said that, hey, you need to change a few things, you need to get better, and that was Mr. Hernandez and Mr. Worsley and Mr. Steiger and Ray Cordova. Excuse me. About 1992, one of my fellow referees, Mr. Gary Hall over here, said I should start doing water polo. So at that point, I met Mr. Alberstein and Al Frois. They taught me how to do that sport, well, showed me in the right direction so I could get good at this thing. About a few more years into that, Mr. Hull guided me along and was one of my best mentors in this and got me to the point where I am now doing the high-level things that I can referee at this point. I'd also like to thank Mr. Dick Draz in the back over there. Good friend, keeps us all in the straight and narrow for water polo. I'd like to go back to one thing only, and that is I have a travel companion for wrestling. We travel around the country together, and that's Mr. Guerrero, and he'll always tell everybody that I reffed his matches in high school, which is a true statement. We get around the country together, and I'm sorry if I ever bored you in all the conversations we had and all the flights and all the car rides. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my family for all the time that they put up with in all my refereeing all these years, and all the Mondays through Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, and my son Josh, my daughter Jenny. And one point of interest real quick is my daughter Jenny started the Mat Maids Association of Granite Hills. Well, restarted, I should say. And during that time when she was a mat maid, she was the one keeping score. Well, she would come home from the wrestling matches and she'd tell me, hey Dad, this guy that ref tonight, he messed up in these few things. So I would see that guy on the following Saturday and I would go up to him and I go, hey, you need to work on a few things. And he'd say, how'd you know that? And I said, oh, I have my spies. Ultimately, I'd like to thank my wife for all her support and all the things she had to put up with. All the nights coming home late from some tournaments, going away to tournaments sometimes at the wrong time. I'd like to tell everybody I love her very much. Thank you for everything you did. And for all the officials out there, remember one thing. You're a mentor. You're an example to all the referees that are out there. And thank you very much.
Frank Wilhelm is being inducted for basketball and softball. Frank was born in New York City on March 22nd, 1939, graduated from Purdy Central High School and State University in New York, entered the Marines in 1960. Frank's officiating career began in 1958 and extended over 4 decades, concluding in 2002. During these 4 decades, Frank was very successful in both basketball and softball and established the Margarita Officials Association. How do I join that group? Frank served as president, vice president, and instructional chair for the Tri-County and North County Basketball Officials Association for over 30 years. He's worked numerous CIF finals, a Southern California regional final, a state championship, junior college, and Division I women's basketball. Frank is FIBA certified and officiated in the Summer Olympics in Colorado in 1976. Frank also was a softball umpire at all levels, from recreation, high school, college, and a national ASA tournament in 1977. Welcome, Frank Wilhelm.
I would be very remiss if I didn't welcome my daughter here. She's all the way here from Delaware to come and see this. And somewhere back there is my good buddy Dennis Ackerman. If any of you ever go out and have a cup of coffee with Dennis, and he buys 2 donuts, I would advise you to go grab one right away, because Dennis would eat them both. don't know what else to tell you except that I'm almost finished.
There you go, Frank. There you go. All right. Don't interrupt that.
I'll try not to.
I think he's in a hurry to get to that Margarita Officials Association thing. Rosalie Cram for soccer is our next inductee. Rosalie was born in San Diego as the daughter of Hans Cram, who was inducted into this Hall of Fame in 2008. She's a graduate of Helix High School. Her father introduced her to soccer officiating in 1973 when she was only 15. She began officiating youth games on Saturday and men's games on Sunday. At the age of 16, she officiated high school games and did a CIF final at the age of 17. Must be pretty good. The same year, she became a college official. She's done numerous championship games throughout her officiating career and was the first female soccer referee in the Major Indoor Soccer League. Rosalie has served on the board of the San Diego Soccer Referees Association, and she's been a trainer of new officials since 2000. Rosalie was inducted into the California Soccer Hall of Fame in 2016. Rosalie Cram.
Thank you so much. First thing I'd like to do is introduce some of the most special soccer leaders right now in San Diego that are sitting at my table. We have Dennis Wickham, who's the president of the San Diego County Soccer Referee Association, 1,600 members. We have Kelly Mock, who is a signer for California Professional Soccer Referees. And he and I used to go into battle together in the late 70s. And the wonderful George Nujam, who is Mr. Soccer California, who is such a great mentor for me as well as young referees everywhere. I'm so grateful for them here, as well as my sweet husband. And I just like to say I come from a soccer family. My father, 2008, was a part of this. In 1961, he started the San Diego County Soccer Referees Association. He's a man that came from Germany. He loves soccer, had a passion for soccer. As a young girl growing up in La Mesa, I wasn't allowed to play soccer because I was a girl. There was no organized soccer. So I was always on the soccer field because I was so obsessed with the sport. I was so passionate about the sport. And when I was 13, my father said, you know what, you're always on this field, you might as well start making some money. So I started refereeing soccer games. I would ride my bike to do 6 games on a Saturday, little children. And then on Sundays, I started doing men leagues, 6 hours a day. So my whole life was truly refereeing soccer. And then because of some of the great mentors in my life, in 1978, I was invited to be an official in the North American Soccer League, where I got to shake hands with Pele, where I got to meet some of the greatest soccer players on the planet. But the one thing that is true is I am so proud to be a referee like all of you. You've all gone into war with your comrades. You've all gone out there to do the best possible job to really service children, to service men, women. You are my people. So I'm very, 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 very proud to be here, and I thank you so much to the San Diego Official Hall of Fame Board. Thank you.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
The next member of the class of 2019 is Lee Bjornsson for ice hockey and field hockey. Lee started his association with sports in 1966 when he moved to San Diego with his family after his father retired from the Navy. Playing first Little League, then Pop Warner football, finally ice hockey starting at age 10, Lee played goalie for 13 years, ending his playing career with San Diego State and playing in adult leagues around San Diego. Lee's primary sport is ice hockey and officiates girls field hockey and boys lacrosse in the spring and fall seasons respectively. Lee responded to an ad for referees in a new adult league in San Diego, the National Novice Hockey League. Thus began Lee's 35-year career as an ice hockey official, a career that's included 8 years as a USA Hockey Level 4 official, the highest level attainable, participation in USA Hockey state, regional, and national championships, and a couple of years in the mid-90s as a linesman working for the San Diego Gulls minor pro team in the West Coast Hockey League. He's now officiating sled hockey and was selected to work the 2017 national championships. Lee currently works levels 10 and under through College Division II and adult recreation leagues. He's been active from the start in the San Diego Hockey Referee Association, serving as its vice president and a director at large and instructor for more than 20 years. Lee also began a 19-year career as a field hockey official, and he's officiated numerous CIF finals. Lee's a member of the San Diego Field Hockey Officials Association Board and the association's president for the past 12 years. Here's Lee Bjornson.
Wow. There's a lot of talent in this room. And welcome, fellow Highlander. You know, I never planned on this. Certainly not when I started playing Little League Baseball as a kid. When I started officiating in place of playing ice hockey 36 seasons ago now, I never thought that it would lead to a career, nor to learning 2 additional sports, field hockey and lacrosse. I'm humbled, and I consider this a great honor. Firstly, thank you to the San Diego County Officials Hall of Fame Board of Directors, Selection Committee, Mr. Tom Wood, Chairman, and also to my mentor, Don Carey. I want to thank and congratulate all of this year's inductees. Great officiating in an area promotes great officiating, and we all know that we need more of that. Speaking of great officials, I have a special guest that I'd like to acknowledge and thank. National Hockey League linesman and referee, Mr. Shane Heyer, who's here tonight, has offered me graciously many tips, tricks, and guidance through the years. I also need to thank my assigners, both past and present, for giving me the opportunities to improve my skills and for pulling me back when those skills did not meet my perceived abilities. Thank you to my officiating partners. I've tried to learn something from every person that I've worked with throughout the years. Thank you to my past and present association board members. As many of you know, keeping the circus that is an association running is many times like herding cats. A special thank you to my family. My wife Brenda has tolerated the missed holidays, special dinner arrangements, limited vacation dates.
Love you, babe.
She hasn't always said that. And they've made it possible for me to pursue the many, many nights away working games and my love of being yelled at and told You're the worst official we've ever seen. And finally, I'd like to again thank all of our guests for being here and making this a very special evening for all of the inductees. Thank you.
David Hartage is being inducted for football, basketball, and softball. David was born in the state of Georgia, where he received his early education. He then continued his education by attending college and earning a Bachelor of Science degree in electronic engineering. He was drafted into the United States military in 1971 and served 27 years in the Navy. David began his officiating career in 1980 and has enjoyed a career spanning 39 years, a career of sports officiating. He's worked the San Diego CIF championships in softball, football, and basketball, and he officiated the 2015 Division I California State Football Championship. He's currently a crew chief, referee officiating at the high school level in San Diego. He's officiated NC2A softball since 1997 and works in the Pac-12, Mountain West, and Big West. He's been selected in 6 NC2A Division I regionals and 2 NC2A Division I super regionals and numerous Division II regionals and super regionals. He's a member of the Southern California Collegiate Football Officials Association and worked NC2A junior college games primarily as a back judge, a side judge, and a referee. He officiated multiple NC2A junior college bowl games and the NC2A Junior College Championship in 2014. He worked junior college basketball until 2014. Here's David.
Good evening. Thank you for this opportunity to be here. This is well more than I expected. Believe me, there are a lot of people here that have put me on this path to be here. And there are 33 people on this board behind me that have shown me the way. And there's a couple up there that I would like to mention. David Ernstein is one of them. Without her, I would not be where I am today. And without her, I'm almost lost. But Phil Gutierrez showed me another way. And I want to call out Miss Chris Drum back there, because she is now my boss. So I have to make sure I say something about it. Otherwise, I probably won't be getting no more games. I have a list here to read, but you know it's late. And we do have one more recipient. And my wife don't want me to say too much about her because she's a private person. So, but we've been married 48 years. And I love every moment of it. She's my light. She's my directional. And she keeps me straight. As a matter of fact, I can't walk without her telling me which way to go. But I love her. And with that, I want to thank the board for allowing me this honor. And I want to thank the board members for selecting me and all the members of the association. And thank all of you for coming. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be here. Thank you very much.
Our last inductee for the evening is Alex Cremeden for baseball. Born in San Diego, Alex Cremeden is a 1956 graduate of Hoover High School and a member of the 1954 post-492 American Legion National Championship team. He obtained his BA from San Diego State and Master's in Education from Northern Arizona University. Alex spent 42 years in San Diego Unified School District as a teacher and a principal. He began umpiring in 1966 and was an active member of the San Diego County Baseball Umpires Association for 25 years. He served for 15 years on the board as treasurer, secretary, vice president, and rating committee. He umpired all levels of baseball from youth league, CIF, NAIA, NC2A, pre-Olympic, semi-pro, and college, as well as women's professional softball. In 1998, Alex was recognized for his service, commitment, and dedication to the art of officiating the sport of baseball, with in recognition of lifetime achievement. That's an award by the San Diego County Baseball Umpires Association, where he was granted a life membership. Alex has volunteered in youth sports as a coach, a manager of Rancho San Diego Little League, El Cajon Pony League, AYSO Soccer, and umpire-in-chief in both Rancho San Diego and El Cajon leagues. Alex states, umpiring was enjoyable because it relieved stress from the academic world and reminded me of my fondness for baseball, sports, and assisting the youth. He's the first official I've ever heard say, officiating relieves stress. There's Alex Cremeden.
Wow. You know, Bob and I go back to 1956 when we were freshmen in college at San Diego State. And I don't know if he even remembered me back then, but I hope that I can have you enjoy this following moment. Let's see here. Can you hear that? If you want to sing, you can sing. Take me up to the ball game. Take me up in the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game. For it's 1. All right. I know it's been a long evening. Nothing epitomizes the game of baseball more than this song, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And no other sport has a song that they can call their own. Sasifari, stume parapoli. We'll get a little bit of diversity in here. In Greek, that means thank you very much. There are many others who have contributed to officiating games as well. I humbly thank God and you for selecting me for this special honor. I've always loved baseball my entire life. It kept me out of trouble. It gave me a wonderful array of new acquaintances, and it offered me the opportunity to cement existing friendships, and many of those friends are here this evening, so I thank them for being here. Growing up in San Diego in a non-English speaking family, my parents didn't drive us to the games or to the fields. We had to ride our bikes or we had to walk to practice in games. Coaches had a great influence on me. Bill McLean, who was a wonderful role model for me as a recreation coach at McKinley School Playground, who later became a teacher and a principal in San Diego City schools. Other coaches who played a role in my development were Bill Whitaker at University Heights, Fulton Vickery at Hoover High School and American Legion Baseball, and Charlie Smith at San Diego State. At the age of 16, I had the honor of being a member of the National Championship American Legion baseball team, and it took me to many states, including a trip to New York City for the 1954 World Series between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Giants. And it enabled me to see one of the greatest catches ever in baseball by the great Willie Mays. I had never flown before, or had ever been out of the state of California. It allowed me to see different parts of California, Nevada, Nebraska, Washington, and other states. And on return, we were given a ticket tape parade in downtown San Diego. Baseball taught me geography, mathematics, percentages, and much more. Because of my love for baseball, I wanted to keep my foot in the game. Consequently, I decided to umpire. It was difficult to give up my day job as a teacher and later as a principal in order to reach the games in time to officiate, since most high school games were played in the day. The assigning secretaries, Bob Merchant and O.B. Sykes, attempted to assist me. Eventually, I could only umpire college games because they were played mainly at night or on weekends. Most sports do not need equipment baseball umpires require. During my days of umpiring, it was very difficult to get to the games and rush onto the field. First, you had to change your clothes and put on your, let me show you something. I thought I'd bring this to you. We had to put on this chest protector. I think I skipped some parts. An old shin guard. I didn't bring my old shoes because they're pretty bad shape. And a mask that's at least 70 to 80 years old. It wasn't mine originally. Okay, so these presented a great challenge to me because of the scarcity of time and the place to change. Sometimes you had to change next to my car or wherever I could find a parking space, and hoping that no one could see me undress or dress. And if that was enough, I had to obtain the permission of an assistant superintendent who considered umpiring at a school site a continuation of the school day. That's of an administrator that had lots of wisdom. My umpiring days lasted for 25 years. While 18 of those years I served on the San Diego County Umpires Association Board. And due to the pressure of my commitment to my day job, I had to step out of umpiring in 1990. That's 30 years ago. I was only 51 years old at the time, and I didn't realize that I've been gone that long. Umpiring was enjoyable because it did relieve stress from the academic world, and it reminded me of my fondness for baseball, sports, and assisting youth. My baseball officiating mentors were Bob Carroll, Frank Kerr, Shan Dennison, Cecil Espy, and Dick Curry. I had the opportunity to work with members who are already a part of the Hall of Fame. Mike Basallo, Jim Garman, Mike Allen, David Gonzalez, Mike McDonald, Jim Gilchrist, Dan Pedersen, Paul Runge, Mike Winters, Jack Taylor, Tom Abels, Nacho Torres, Mike Hart, and Frank Rustins. So I feel I'm in very good company. And again, I would like to thank you very much for this great honor. And I would like to thank my family, my beautiful wife, Christine, of 53 years, who has been my foundation. I got lucky. My children, my lovely daughter, Nicole Galaxidas, a three-sport varsity letterman at Valhalla High School, who went on to obtain a master's degree. My son, Alexander, the Olympian who pitched for Greece in the 2004 Athens Olympics, and after graduation from UCSD, was drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks. I would like them to stand with their families at this time. Would you stand? And also, I would like to thank my friends who have shared this evening with me and have supported me over the years. Would they stand? And a special thank you to Fred Carbone and Ron Felsen. And again, I want to thank you, and I want to congratulate all the inductees who are here this evening, and I hope that you've all had a wonderful evening tonight.
I'll just move that over. We'll just move that for right.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, here, come over here. This is yours. Congratulations. Photo us.
Okay, thanks. I'll leave that there.
Okay.
Somebody can steal
Make
it.
sure. I'll get it, Bob. Don't worry about it. I don't want you
Leave
tripping
it there,
over.
he'll be back. You know, on that baseball field at San Diego State in 1956, you were a better baseball player than me, but I became a really good scout because it took me about 20 minutes to realize most of these guys are much better than me. And I grabbed the tape recorder and started practicing play-by-play. I would take those tapes into Charlie Smith, the baseball coach, and he would listen for a while and say, "Oh, Bob, you can't say that. No. Fortunately, none of those tapes exist anymore. But I think it worked out for both of us, Alex. So that winds it up for all the inductees tonight. However, you're not done yet. You all have to come back on stage because Carol has more pictures to take. So thank you for coming. Have a safe ride home. We'll see you again next year.
We have all the inductees up here for a photograph, and then each of the inductees can come up with their families and friends that are here and have a picture taken. We need all the inductees up on the stage at this time. David Hardy, we need you up here for a picture. Lee, bring your wands up with you for your picture. Thank you. Carol, you want him over here?
Morrison, would you please come up to the stage so we can get your picture? They're ready. David. Rosalie, thank you. Did you get yours done yet? Not yet. Okay, grab your group together. I got them right here. Okay. What's your step there? Okay. Family, friends, and anybody that attended in honor of the awardees. Family and friends in the pictures. Mark, you want to bring them up? We'll get them in line. Watch your step, folks.
Mr. Guerrero, let's go. Can you get upstairs?
Sister one.
Dan, you want me to take that? I'll take that.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if he can make it up there. I mean, these guys are spry. They're making me look bad.
Thank you. So did we finally get to meet your wife officially?
Melissa, Mike Salsey. Well, okay, there's been a couple through the years.
Yeah, but I've never met one.
Well, none of them were worth meeting until now.
Longer than, yeah.
So he lives in the ranch on the other side of the way.
You know, he's always talked about it. Most of the time.
Hopefully very good.
Always. How much am I getting earning from this?
I now have a batting average with marriages. Because I was over.
So I'm not going to get into it. There's no right answer. Right? You see the fire this afternoon as well?
She calms me.
I saw it.
Yeah. It was kind of fun to watch for a second. Didn't realize it was the he said as opposed to.
I'm concerned that Travis has to drive home.
I already called Kelly and I said, I thought we discussed nighttime driving.
So what we do now is, whether it's myself or Mark or somebody, he refs with us the varsity game,
right.
One game, and then during the JV game he sits and evaluates. That way he's part of it. But for one game, he's he uses his cane to point.
We've been driving you back and forth.
You guys are up.
Nice to meet you.
Alex, you're going to want to get your group.
I give you a lot of shit. I'll take care of you.
How you been?
I'm good.
I used to play basketball against your wife. She was brutal out there.
I heard she was
Before 9, you really did a nice job. Really, I mean, the way you do all this, the food was really excellent. My only complaint was too much food. No, I tell you what. Those are my foundation. So I'm now at that's what I want to do. I'm on the left, my Freddie Carbone, this guy's. Those of you that are with Alex, you can come up and be in his picture if you like. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much for everything.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
I'm pleased.
It's an honor to be here.
Well, thank you. It is, and I think most people, you've been here before, I think.
I came a couple times,
yeah. I don't think people really realize what we do and what we all do and the background that everybody has.
Oh, I get it. It's a lot.
I think it's really important, you know.
Well, our whole thing is like I said at the end, you need to be an example and a mentor so we can get more people to rap.
Yeah.
And the better example you are, the better they are.
That's why I'm in 41 years of football, and that's
40 years. I'm 40 years of
and
wrestling.
that's what I do. Is I I work at Pop Warner with the first year guy, and try to get into work. Oh, be careful there. So great.